This is Corolla Digital. Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Alison Bedell.
Hey!
We're here.
Welcome back.
What is going on, all the party people listening to us right here at Hammer and Nails Podcast?
I'm Alison Bedell.
And I am Skip Bedell. And on my lap is our cat Hercules.
And thank you guys so much for coming back. You know that we appreciate you and we love you and all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There is a lot I wanted to talk about. Let me see if I can remember it all. We had a lot going
Really?
on. Yeah, well, no, we had a busy weekend.
Yeah.
There's a lot of catching up to do, and there was stuff I wanted to talk about the last episode that I didn't get to because we were sitting with Joe and we just got off on a lesbian tangent. And
Oh,
so
yeah. That happens from time to time.
Yeah.
You just go like in a lesbian frenzy.
Well, the mangria didn't hurt.
Yeah.
So that was...
Funny how that works.
yeah, that was
Thanks
fun.
a lot, Ace Man.
Yeah, as always. But, the faster you drink all of that, the less we're going to have left because it's, like, impossible to get that in New York unless we order it online, which I won't do.
Yeah, well, you guys should definitely check out the Mangria site because they got some really good stuff, and you can order it, and they ship it like
I don't want
most
to order
places,
it.
right? Well, come on, we'll just call up Adam and say, dude, send us a case
Please.
or something.
Please.
I tried that a few times.
Yeah, we've done, and he's offered more than a few times.
Yeah, he offers all the time, but I think he forgets.
Yeah, I think he forgets about 10 seconds after he says he's going to do it.
Well, he's a busy guy.
I know he is, and I accept that, and I understand. But the bottom line is still, we'll never get any more of it. In
Gotta
bulk.
love the Mangria. So what's going on there, Alison Bedell?
I wanted to give an update on Kylo because people have been asking me online about Kylo. We've been going through a hard time with Kylo because he's been getting this crazy swelling in his face, which is very painful. He had gotten some teeth extracted, and then he got an infection while he was on antibiotics, and his face blew up, and we didn't know what it was, and the dentist wanted to give him a CAT scan, which
Chihuahuas
is like...
might be small, but they're tough, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's like a fighter.
Well, but we didn't know what was wrong with them, so they wanted to do a CAT scan, which I was talking about a couple episodes ago, which could end up being up to $3,000-$4,000 to figure out what's wrong with him.
He looks like he's doing better, though.
Well,
right?
Thanks for jumping to the end of the story. I might as well just change the subject now.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm telling the progression of what happened.
Just saying.
Don't say. Just don't say. Last week he started to swell up again. And I was getting really worried because it's painful. And so I took him to 3 different doctors in 3 days. The first doctor that saw him gave him an extra antibiotic shot. The second doctor, we saw Dr. Wen, which I do want to give props to. He is out in Spionk, New York. He's what is it called? Eastern medicine? Chinese medicine with herbs and all that?
He
does everything, but he specializes in that.
Guy's like a miracle worker.
Yeah, he's known nationwide.
Me included, and a lot of other people we know that have all had pets that basically were on their last legs. We thought that was it; they were done, and everyone else said, "Put them down, take them to Dr. Wen." And I got another 8 years out of one of my Rottweilers when everybody else told me he was, he had some uncurable disease.
I first heard about him on the Today Show. Actually, it was probably about 10 years ago. I saw the story that they had done on him where people were talking about the herbs that he gives, and he goes to China every couple of months at least. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he's highly skilled in that.
The guy's amazing. A lot of that Eastern medicine is really incredible. Whatever he does with these herbs, that they're really they're so far beyond what's going on with conventional medicine.
Yeah. So he had taken a look inside of Kylo's mouth. And he saw, which I can't believe I didn't see, or the doctor the day before, there was a giant tumor growing in the top of his mouth where his tooth was removed, but a little bit higher up on his gums. So he saw that, and he said that it's a cancerous tumor, not operable, and so he said he would start him on the herbs and to take him off the antibiotics because it was all too much. I was giving him 3 different antibiotics.
Yeah, he was like a walking.
I was giving him a lot.
Pharmacy.
Yeah, and because with the swelling, you know what I mean. It's when it gets.
He's really small with all those pills. He must have been full of pills, like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, and it was just to hear that he has cancer and that he it's not operable. Let's just say I've been a wreck is just an understatement.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I've been like last week I was like
definitely not
crying.
Yeah, not in good shape
all day, all night. But so then I went to the dentist the next morning to also take a look at it. He's the one that did his surgery and his the teeth extractions, and he looked at it and also gave me the bad news that it was, they weren't sure what type of cancer and if I can go to the oncologist if I want to, but, depending on what type of cancer, it also determines what type of treatment. And if it's radiation, some of it requires an anesthesia, and he's too small to get the anesthesia now because he didn't do well on it with his teeth extraction. So basically I left there with what is the word? What's the word? I'm having a loss of, what's the word? Gloom?
Yeah.
Whatever. Bad news.
Gloomy.
Yeah, it was just bad news, and I left there really upset. But meanwhile, the day before, I'd also gotten the herbs from Dr. Wen, and they said, stick with that and see what happens. I don't know what the outcome is going to be because I can't find my crystal ball. But the whole last week,
you lost it again.
I know. I
You're
lose everything.
Losing shit, man.
I know.
It's probably right where you lost your magic wand too. It's fucking.
I know.
It's in the same place.
Fuck. So
I wish you would find that thing. Already.
I know.
We could really use that magic wand. Although you've been getting a lot
You've
of
got
use
your
out
own
of mine.
magic wand.
Yeah. Hocus pocus, motherfucker.
So Kilo's been actually doing good this last week. He hasn't had any flare-ups. He's had a good appetite. He seems happy. He seems normal. And I feel like I gotta knock on wood because I hate to say something because you know what I mean. I feel like every time I say something, it jinxes me by saying it.
Right.
But I'm just gonna say that he's doing well. And so when he's doing well, I'm doing well. And when he's not doing well, you guys will hear about me in the psych ward. Yeah. Because I'm not going to be able to handle it.
You'll be listening to me dealing with all of that.
Yeah, it's just going to be the Skip podcast for a while. Because I won't be able to even speak.
That dog better live forever. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Also because the thought of him being in pain or seeing him in pain and not be comfortable wrecks me. But I also, this past weekend, managed to get in touch with a pet communicator who had a session with Kylo.
It's the pet whisperer.
Yeah.
Like a dog whisperer.
Sort of, but she does it, even, she lives in upstate New York. I sent her a lot of pictures of him, a little bit of video.
Who's the guy on TV that does the... Caesar Milan, right?
Yeah, but that's different. That's like training and dog psychology. This is like a psychic medium who speaks to Kylo, and she also does Reiki healing, and she came very highly recommended to me from somebody I ran into at Dr. Wen's office who said that nobody could figure out what was wrong with her dogs. She communicated with the dog who explained to her where his pain was coming from, and that's how they fucking found out what was wrong with the dog, and she was able to get treatment because of that woman. So, I'm willing to try absolutely anything. So she had a conversation with Kylo, and she transcribed it for me, and she sent it to me. I still haven't read it to you.
Hey, mind your business, bitch. If I want to hear from you, I say talk. If not, shut your taco hole, okay?
Taco hole.
Don't make me kick you in the chimichanga.
That's the voice of Kylo.
Yeah, I love it. I never heard you say that one before.
What you looking at, gringo?
That Kylo says that all the time to Skip. So I didn't show you the conversation yet because I kind of feel like you'll think I'm a little cuckoo for believing it. I don't know.
Nothing surprises me anymore. So.
But essentially, I wanted her to find out if he's in pain or if he's uncomfortable because that's the most important thing to me. Is of course I want him to live for me, but I don't want him to be uncomfortable. And she said that he said his mouth hurts a little bit, but he's okay, and that he's not uncomfortable, and it was good. So tomorrow morning 9 a.m. I'm going to be speaking on the phone to her again. So I'll keep you guys posted. And you know what? I love to give people props when they do a good job or something. Can you stop with him? Because you're totally distracting me.
He's pissing me off because out of
take
all
him
the
off the
places
table.
he can sit in this
he
entire
puts his
house,
ass in your face.
He's got to sit in front of the microphone right on my fucking notes.
I know. Well, that's what they do.
That's cats are like such pests, man. They just know how to fuck with you.
That's what makes them so endearing.
I swear to God, out of everywhere in this whole house, He has the upstairs, the whole floor is the freaking cat penthouse with the trees I built him and the skylights and everything else. And he comes down here, he sits on top of this one 8.5, 11 piece of paper with my notes for the podcast on it. Really, dude?
Because he's you're his. That's all. He loves you. So I want to definitely give props to when people do the right thing, and when people are good, like something like this. Like I'll give Dr. Wen props, because if people are having like an issue with something like a cancer or like a lump or a type of like they can't walk good, a pain in the back, whatever, people travel across the country to go see Dr. Wen, and he works miracles.
All I know is from experience, that doctor, when I took my Roddy to every specialist on Long Island because he wasn't eating for like a week and he had lost all this weight and he couldn't even stand up hardly. He was so weak. And we went through every test you can imagine, probably thousands of dollars on blood tests and CAT scans and this and that. And nothing came back. They weren't able to determine it. They said he's got some sort of disease. We don't know what it is. And if this continues in another day or so, he'll be dead. So I heard about Dr. Wen, and I took him out there for the first time. And Dr. Wen said, can you make the dog walk? Let me see him walk. So I held him up and kind of let him walk a little bit. And he said instantly, this dog has lupus. And I was like, lupus? How the hell does a dog get lupus? He knew just by watching this dog walk exactly what was wrong with it. He said, here, give him some of these. He gave me some capsules of the herbs that which he makes. He has like the empty capsules, and he puts these different Chinese herbs that he grounds up in these capsules. I swear to God, that dog within 5 days was almost back to normal. Within 2 weeks, it was 100%. The dog lived another 8 years. Unbelievable.
I've heard lots of stories like that about him, so I definitely want to give him props. I would love for him to make a lot of money so that he can stay around, stay in business.
W-E-N, if you guys know
he's at Hampton Veterinary Clinic out in Spionk, New York. And you know what? And on top of all of that, he's the most reasonably priced vet I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculously reasonable.
The guy's like a miracle worker, and he charges people like very little money. Like all these other specialists I went to, I mean, they basically just robbed you with thousands of dollars, and they had no answers.
Yeah. So I'm super psyched that Kylo seems to be comfortable right now. But I'll keep everybody posted.
All right, then. So what else is going on?
Friday, we went to the city. We had some meetings, and then there was also the bike show at Javits Center.
Yeah, man, the bike show was cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. A little smaller than I remember being last time.
Yeah,
we went
on a Friday afternoon, so it wasn't a lot of people there at that time.
Well, it had just opened. It opened for the first day on Friday at 2, and we got there at 3:30 or something, or 4 o'clock, and hung out for a few hours, and shook some hands, took some pictures with some fans and stuff, and
Ralph
sat on some bikes. And
Ralph Gambali, he was there.
Yeah,
we met him at the Mangria tasting in at the Park Avenue Tavern.
Yeah.
When Lynette was there.
He's such a good dude.
So good.
He is like such a fan of our podcast and of Catch
all
a Contractor
of the
and like everything that we do. Yeah, and he listens to Adam's show and Lynette's show.
Yeah.
And he's just like a big supporter of everything that we're doing and all Corolla's projects.
He's so nice. And he
was
afraid he was like
thank you to Ralph.
He was afraid he was like a stalker, but he was so nice. He
was like, I'm not stalking you guys.
I know, he wasn't stalkery at all. But you know what I really appreciate about him is that he tells other people about us, and he writes about us on his Facebook, which is so nice.
The guy can't say enough good stuff about us and our podcast and everything, and the show that we're doing, everything. Right?
Yeah, so that's really super. So
and he got to sit on a motorcycle with you and take some pictures.
Word, he wrote "bitch."
He did.
Yep.
That was at his request, though. He's like, no, I want to get on the back while Alison drives.
Well, at first, when you were on that bike, you were on a bike, and he wanted to get on the back with you.
And I was like, nah, man.
Yeah, and I said to him, I'm like, I don't know if he's going to I want a picture with that. Like, I thought it would be funny, but I don't think that you wanted that moment to live on in time, with him on the back of the bike with you.
Yeah. You know what? I was cool. Whatever. We were just having fun.
Because we know somebody's going to definitely, do some photoshopping and put a big dick in your mouth.
Well, yeah, already there was stupid comments about, him being on the back of a bike and his hands around your waist and stuff. And what's up? Skip Bedell's going to kick your ass and all this. I'm like, dude, I'm the one taking the picture, jerk off. It's like people are, especially on social media, like so fucked up. But anyway, it was cool that he came along and he really spent a lot of time, just walked around the whole show with us and stuff.
And you know what? Also, Skip wants to also apologize because he wasn't himself that day.
I was in so much pain. I mean, if you guys have been following along the last couple of weeks, I think it was a day or two before Thanksgiving, I'm working on one of my construction jobs, and I just did something to my back, and I got this whole sciatic crazy thing going on from like my ass down to my leg and to my ankle. My toes are numb and everything. So yeah, when we went to the bike show, we had been walking around the city the whole day from all these meetings that we had to go to. And then we walked, Jacob Javits Center was huge. We walked that whole thing, a couple of laps of the bike show. And I think that by the time we even got to the bike show, I was already like, all right, I'm good. Like, and in fact, like we sat down a couple of times. We took a few breaks. I never do that.
Yeah.
So I was definitely
he was distracted by his pain and also the visual stimuli because we just got there and there was so much to look at.
Well, it's a lot. It's like sensory overload. And I'm like a bike junkie, So like when I go to the bike show, it's like it's like a kid in a candy store with $100 bill. Like you just don't know what to do first. So like there's so much to see, and it's like you really just don't know where to even look or walk first.
Right.
So that combined with the fact that I didn't really want to walk anywhere, like it was a little bit of a different experience for me this time around.
Yeah.
But I tried to pull it off. I tried to fake it as good as I could.
No, you did good. I felt bad because I say to you a couple of times, be nice, pay attention. I felt bad because you were distracted. I could tell you were distracted, in your head.
Ralph, if you're listening, and I know you are, I was not like wanting to talk or distracted.
I was just telling Skip to get past his pain and give you the props you deserve.
Easier said than done, like what the fuck, man?
Man up, you pussy!
You try to have somebody jolting you do electric shock through your leg and numbness in your foot. Try that out. See how you
Ignore
like it.
the pain.
Yeah, she's like, fucking grit it and smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pretend you're not hurting him. I am fucking hurting.
Yeah. So that was about
next time I'll be in a better mood, Ralph.
Yeah. I also wanted...
We had a good time with him at the Maria party, though, right?
Yeah. He was so nice. He ordered us some appetizer, that meatballs.
Yeah, him and his wife.
Yeah,
right?
they're so nice. His wife Maria's.
Maria's
she's really nice. And
do you know she's a Marine or ex-Marine?
Yeah. Once a Marine, always Marine.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah. So I wanted to also talk about our lunch that we had at the restaurant with Roger.
Yeah.
We met up with a friend.
Our producer friend from Good Morning America.
Yeah. So he met up with us and we had a nice lunch with him and we went to this fancy schmancy steakhouse at Columbus Circle where all the restaurants are.
Right.
And so of course I've got Kylo with me.
Wait, can we just back up just 1 second and before about maybe 30 or 40 minutes before we went to the fancy schmancy steakhouse, we just got done with our first meeting, which was also in that building at a different restaurant, right? So now you get...
At the same restaurant where they charged me wrong the last time we went there with Roger.
So it's inside this huge Plaza Mall place, right in Columbus Circle. So you're like, well, I want to go down to Sephora and check out Sephora. So I've been through this experience before. Basically, you going to Sephora with me means I sit and wait at the chair by the front door where the security guard waits, and you look at all the lipstick and all that stuff. Okay, so what was happening is that I was getting hangry.
Oh yeah, he's the Snickers commercial. He is the epitome of the Snickers commercial. They modeled that commercial after him.
I need a constant flow of calories through me.
He turns into somebody else.
And I hadn't eaten. So when we were leaving, we left really early for the city, and I was like, well, we're going to have an early meeting. We'll just we'll eat at the meeting while we're talking about business and stuff.
And then the people are sitting at one of those little bar tables and not a regular table.
Yeah, so we get off the train. It's like a 2-hour trek into the city, and we get there, and by now I'm fucking hungry. So we sit down at this meeting, and they're like, oh, you want a cup of coffee or something? I'm like, sure. And I'm thinking behind that, the menu's going to come out. We're going to get some eggs and whatever, right? None of that happened. So now we go through the meeting for about an hour or so. So now I'm getting extra hungry. And then we go down to Sephora, and after about 30 minutes of that, I was like, yep, I'm going to eat right now. So I think I couldn't. And the other thing,
he left.
Fucking pissed. I did 10 laps around that place, and I could not find you.
I was maybe 10 feet away from where...
you must have gotten, absorbed into one of the makeup displays. I don't know where you went.
I was so close to you.
You were camouflaged by all the
wet black and white stripes.
There was a ton of, crazy chicks in there just walking around they were like me in Home Depot with all the tools. You could just see the mania in there. They're just crazy.
But you understand that I don't feel bad at all having you wait for me because I wait for you without limits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Anywhere.
Should. And I do.
Yeah,
so,
and you will again.
And I always will. Wherever I want you to go where you want to go. I want you to be happy
I'll
because
be happy to wait for you too, as always, as I do. But I was really
Hungry.
needed to eat something. And like when I get like that, and like I could feel myself start to get like shaky, and I get really agitated. And then I was sitting in the chair, like one of those like producer chairs they have there. You know, we do the makeup in. And then some chick comes over and she's like, "Sir, I'm sorry, but you can't sit in that chair."
Oh, she told you that?
Yeah. And I'm like,
"Do you know who I am?"
No. I didn't pull the celebrity card. I didn't do any of that. I could, you know what? You
could have asked her to do your makeup.
Being in such the douche state that I was in, I probably could have even gone there. But I was like, you know what? No problem. I'm gonna do a couple laps and look for my wife. And when I couldn't find you, every time I went around the store, I'm like getting
angrier,
more and more fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And finally, I'm like, that's it. I'm out. So I just kept, and then I called you and you didn't answer the phone, and I'm like,
it was noisy in there.
I'm out. I'm gone. I'm going to go find someplace to eat. So I started texting you, and I'm like, I'm out. I'm going to go get, I don't care what it is I put in my face. I just have to go get something. And then when you came out of there, we met us upstairs. And then, so now we're going to meet Roger now for our second meeting, right? To talk about some whatever stuff going on with show stuff and all this stuff with GMA and everything. So I like to be in a good mood and like, you know, be positive when we have business meetings, you know. And I made it very obvious as soon as I walked up to Roger and I shook his hand. He's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm like, "Not good." He's like, "What's wrong?" And he just saw me as I'm like stomping out of fucking Sephora, and I'm like, and I still hadn't heard from yet, and I'm like, "Dude, I need to eat right now." And he's like, "All right, let's go get something to eat." I'm like, "No, Allie's coming, and like I don't care what we do. Let's just get something to eat." So I went to get online, like with some coffee shop thing or whatever, and all I could do was like see the end of the line with a person in front of me, and at the end of the line there was a croissant or something, right? That's all I could focus on. I was like a racehorse with blinders on, and Roger's like, "Dude, you're all right?" And I'm like, "Nah. Nope, no. I'm fucking hungry. I want to eat right now, goddammit.
We had bars in the bag. I don't know why you didn't eat them. That's why I wasn't so hungry.
Yeah. I wasn't even like, you know, we don't need to do any steakhouse or fancy restaurant or sushi bullshit or whatever. I'm like, I just want to eat anything. I don't care. I will eat a pile of dog shit.
I think you might have forgotten that we had those bars.
No, I didn't want no.
But that would have satiated your hunger.
First of all, you had the bars. I didn't have.
No, you were holding the bag, the affliction bag.
Whatever. All I knew was I needed to eat. So when we walked into the first restaurant with him, he's like, "Oh, let's go and we'll go in." Oh, we went back to Landmark or whatever, right?
Yeah. And no, there was like a wait.
They were like, "Well, we can get you a table in about 30 minutes." I'm like, "Bye."
Yeah. So we went to the steakhouse, and they sat us down right away. And I had Kylo in. I had started carrying him in a new way. Like I had this really long scarf, and I tied a knot in the end of like the two ends, and then I circled, like made two circles, in half, so I put it over my
papoose.
Yeah, I put it over over one shoulder, and it made like a sling that I was able to put him in. So I was able to kind of cover him up, and we sat nice in the fancy restaurant. And we ordered food, and we had the coolest New York waitress.
Oh yeah, she was awesome.
She was fucking awesome. She was like,
"What are you having, Toots?"
Yeah, she was like, "Can I get you anything? You want any wine, or you want something to drink? You want some sparkling water?"
She reminded me of like a female Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
She was like built like him, right? Like
she was built like him.
Short,
yeah, but she was like a little tough, she was like a what is it, like a brick shit house, like right, like just like she was short and fat.
So she looks at me, and I had an Affliction shirt on, and sat across the front of her. She's like, "What are you having there, Affliction?" And I'm like, wow, what?
So then you ordered that glass of wine, and then she brought it over, and she was doing like the wine tasting. She like put like a little in the glass for you to taste, and you're like, no, it's okay. And she's
she went to bring me a wine menu, because I don't need anything fancy. Just give me a house white wine. I don't give a shit what it is, whatever. Just a wine. It doesn't need to be anything. So she comes over with like the house bottle, which is probably like the shittiest wine you could possibly drink, and she puts the glass, and she goes to pour like a little drop of it.
She gave you a drop, and then she said,
I'm going to lift it up and smell it or something.
No, she said, take a swig of that. Go ahead. I insist. Yeah. Because you were like, no, go ahead, pour it. And you're like, she's like, no.
I'm like, listen, put the fucking wine in the glass.
Take a swig of that.
Stop with the formalities. I don't care.
It was so cool.
It's shit wine anyway.
Fancy restaurant. And she was like, she was just so New York. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. And then,
it's like, no, I insist. Take a drink. Yeah, it's something I got to do.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
I'm like,
so
really? I'm like, it's a rack wine. It's like, it's a fucking well bottle of wine.
And then at the end, when we were done, and then we were done with our food.
It's one step above Welch's, like, the fuck? It's fucking Mount Shevitz. Pour the fucking wine.
And at the end, she was like, You want coffee, espresso, cappuccino?
Oh, you do that good. Coffee.
I know, I could totally do that. And I said, you have decaf? And she's like, decaf, cappuccino? I go, yeah, do you have that? She goes, no, I'm just asking you because I wanted to offer you something we don't have.
That's when I turned around. I'm like, wow, I like you. You're good. I like you. She had some spunk to her, right?
Yeah, she was a real pisser. That was nice. She made like just a regular eating experience way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was nice.
That was a classic New York.
She was a good New York waitress, you know? Did you leave her a good tip? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
I always leave a good tip.
And I had to take Kylo to the bathroom at some point.
You don't get the shaft, just the tip.
Well, we'll get to that.
Do we have any Skip's tips coming up today? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We'll get to that.
I have a good one for you, actually.
We'll get to that. So we also had Christmas dinner yesterday with your extended family.
Such a good time.
There's so many of them. That
Love
was
those
really
guys.
Every last one of them is awesome. The food was unbe-fucking-leavable. So much.
It was early Christmas, which actually is the first time I've ever done this. It's pretty smart of them because, like on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, everybody, if you're trying to get together,
split up your day.
4 or 5 different families that all come from out of town, whatever, you got to go here, you got to go there. Really?
Finally! I have been waiting.
Are you serious?
45 episodes for a good one.
What?
God damn it!
That was like a 4 compared to what you usually
compared to what I can do.
Walking around the house, and I try to tell everybody like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like what comes out of her.
I have been waiting.
That was definitely not your best material, but it was a lot better than some of the other.
That was respectable.
Pitiful
what that
stuff
one was.
you put out on this podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
I'm like,
love.
Really, Bedell? That's all you got? That was a good one though.
Thank you.
That was worthy.
Yeah.
That was worthy. Yeah. So. Let's back up a second and start with the drive up. So it's a beautiful day, it's warm and everything, right? And so we're driving up, and I'm like, well, let me put the top down, but you can't put the top down when you drive it actually because it'll be like
if you stop and then you start it,
yeah,
and it's going and it's going back, but then the traffic starts to move, so Skip puts his foot on the gas,
yeah,
and now we're driving with the top, half up and half down,
because if you're moving the car won't let it work anymore, which is really fucking stupid. It's like I get it because you shouldn't be opening it while you're moving, but like I was stopped, so I don't know. There's got to be some better way.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta stop the car.
Yeah, so now it's standing straight up in the air, fucking 20 feet up in the air, like a windsurfer sail, Thank God it wasn't windy as we're going across the Cross Bronx Expressway. It would have blown off the overpass.
Oh my God.
So all the truckers are like driving by us and shit, and they see me with the thing standing straight up. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" So yeah, because we were in like stop and go traffic. So like I rolled 20 feet, and then we came to another stop, and then went a little bit more. Went down the back of the.
Yeah.
So the craziest thing about this is that
we had the top down in December.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and we get.
And then I took my top down.
Yeah. It's so funny that we have a top down because like guys driving by like the big trucks and the big tractor trailers and stuff. I always catch them out of the corner of my eye. They all got to look down into the car and like check you out. They're all like looking down your shirt, looking at your crotch, and I'm like, it really did. Yeah. It's so obvious what they're doing.
I think I was sleeping.
You were like asleep. Your mouth was wide open. You were drooling on the fucking seat. The drool was flying out of the back of your mouth like a dog when he has his head out the window and it's going all inside of the car. That was you. So anyway, speaking of that, 2 minutes after I put the top down, I feel this like a smack on my shoulder, and like somebody like flicked me with their finger on my shoulder. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And the fucking bird shit.
It was like it looked like carrot. It looked like mashed carrots.
It looked like granola.
Yeah.
Right? It was like granola in like some paste. And fucking bird shit's on my shoulder. It bounces off my shoulder and it hits the armrest.
Console, yeah.
And it hit you in the neck, which
we discovered like 2 hours later.
We didn't realize that until I didn't realize that till a couple of hours later. We're at the party, we're eating, and I'm thinking you spilled some food like on your shirt or something.
That's bird shit.
I'm like, what is that? And then I realize there's nothing on the buffet that looks like that. And then I'm like, oh wait, that's what was on my shirt. And I'm like, now it's all dry and crusty and stuck to your chest and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like scraping it off with a napkin.
Yeah, that was nice.
bird shit residue.
Yeah, I'm just glad it wasn't like gooey or liquidy or smelly even for that matter.
No, it could have been like white, nasty, green, like that nasty looking like seagull shit. You ever see the size of those things? They fucking hit your car. It's like somebody dumped a bucket of white paint.
Not even that. The Canadian geese. They make what looks like a human shit, but it's like green.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
nasty. It's like those little like they're like a cardboard log.
Yeah.
It looks like the thing you put, like a miniature Duraflame.
Duraflame.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but like the seagulls, even the pigeons, man, it's like you get hit with like a giant white, like somebody took a bucket of paint and threw it at you.
How does it get white? That's so weird.
I don't know. Whatever the hell they're eating, but all I know is this was like nice. It was kind of like somebody took a granola bar, mashed it up a little bit, and like just like threw it at you.
Yeah, that was nice.
I was able to almost like kind of like flick it off my shirt, a little bit like.
You know what? Also, I was very disappointed to discover that I brought like 2 trays of the sweet potato casserole, which came out amazing again, and even a little bit better because I put the marshmallows on it this time. But I don't think, because there were so many people there.
We're entering holiday diet zone. People.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that people knew what it was, or that it was not just any sweet potato casserole, because if they knew, it would have been gone.
There was so much food, like, you know,
there was definitely, everybody didn't take some, I could tell.
Second round of the buffet, there was so much food and so much different stuff. It was like, I really loaded my plate up, which I hate to do, and because I definitely overate, because I just wanted to sample everything, and there was so many different things, and it was like I couldn't fit anything more on my plate without it falling off. And when I sat down at the table, I realized, how the hell am I going to eat all this food? Which, of course, I did. You know, I forced it in, and I still didn't get to eat everything. But, it was just an amazing selection, man.
Yeah, so that was a very nice evening, and you have very nice, cute little first cousins, one of whom went to, what country was it? Where did you go? Guatemala?
Guatemala. Yeah,
so like to do like a church mission or something?
Church, yeah, she went on like a mission to go. They do it every year.
She was she was showing us pictures of this stuff and how they live over there.
Yeah.
And how like the water that they use the same water for everything.
They have water that comes into like these cement, looks like boxes that are like kind of like in the middle of the town, and there's like a bunch of them. That's where everybody comes and does their laundry.
And gets their drinking water.
And then they take that water that goes through those laundry boxes, and then they filter it, and they use it as their drinking water. I mean, it was like really super poor.
Yeah.
You know what she said that was really interesting is that the kids have no shoes on their feet. You know, they're wearing like busted up clothes. They live in like tin shacks and like mud houses and stuff. But they all are walking around with smartphones.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like,
priorities.
No, but how is that a fucking... She said they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, but they don't have shoes.
Because if you think about it, if your whole life you're really not used to wearing shoes anyway, the bottom of your feet get extremely hard. It's almost like you are wearing shoes, you know, and it's like...
Yeah, but these people are poor. I mean,
but it's always warm there. It's not like, it's cold, I got to put my shoes on.
They're drinking laundry water. Right. They don't have running water.
Priorities.
They have used outhouses for their toilets. It basically is a hole in the ground they shit into.
Oh, yeah, that's what she was saying, that they have that inside their houses.
In their house. Yeah, like one room. They have dirt floors everywhere, but one room in the house is a hole in the dirt floor, and that's what they shit in.
Yeah, in your house.
Which is fucking, it's like, incomprehensible.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, like, I guess they don't have any sanitation system there at all.
At all.
So
the garbage
wherever
is everywhere.
you walk, it's just garbage. Like, you'll be watching someone, like, eat something, a bag of chips or whatever, and when they finish it, they just throw it on the ground, wherever they are.
Yeah.
And so everywhere you look, and you can tell their diet is horrible, because in the picture, she showed me, she goes, look, see all the garbage? And I kind of took my fingers on the screen and zoomed in on it. Every single wrapper was a candy bar, a bag of chips, Doritos...
Wow.
And the whole street was littered with junk food wrappers.
Wow.
And that's what they eat.
That's cheap crap.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Wow.
So it was really interesting to hear that, but they have Facebook.
Yeah.
They got Twitter.
Well, I like hearing those stories about what it's like when she goes over there, because, it's like a whole other culture, to see how people are living like that.
They're such good kids, and like they're just raised right, and they
your cousins, I mean.
Yeah, they're just really, really, really good kids. I just love them, and they do good stuff for people. You know, it's just really nice to see that kids at that age, they're in their teens, 16, 17, 15. They're all good kids. So. Refreshing.
Okay. Yes, they're very refreshing. I like those kids.
Yeah. Speaking of good kids, I got to make a mention because we have a bunch of great fans that always do a bunch of fun stuff, and they're always online posting cool stuff. So today, Jennifer and Victor Savati up in Canada, like some of our diehard Canadian fans up there for Catch a Contractor and our podcast as well. They went on Twitter today, and they posted this picture. It was a side-by-side picture of me and this character, which is evidently from this movie called Arthur Christmas. I guess it's an animated, like a Disney type of movie. Mm-hmm. So they're watching this movie today with the kids, and their daughter. They have two great kids, Ariana and Kalia, and they're watching this movie, and they're like, "Ma, Skip Bedell's in this movie," and it was like evidently I looked like this cartoon character in the movie. So they put this split screen. It was so funny that they did that. Yeah, they're also the ones. Victor Savati last year made us that 3-part photo where it was like a computer.
Made us superheroes.
Yeah, well, they made
that was like we characters.
They were like we characters.
Yeah, but they were us.
They were like the avatars.
Yeah,
right. And there was one of me, you, and
Adam.
then one of Adam.
Yeah,
right. And then they sent it out to us for us to sign. So that was the coolest thing that they did that.
Yeah, that was.
So we want to thank them for being such awesome, dedicated fans.
But also, we got this year from we have mentioned before, Derek Berlinski.
Oh, Derek Berlinski.
Yeah, and his girlfriend Brittany and their kid Liam. They sent us.
That's the coolest card.
They sent us. Not only did they send us a Christmas card, but they sent us the coolest gift, which was totally not necessary and unexpected, but very much appreciated.
Well, Derek is a huge Walking Dead
and
fan.
So are we.
When he saw some of the pictures that we posted with our good friend Norman Reedus at like some award shows and stuff, he's like, "Dude, really?" He's like, at first he sent me a message. He's like, "I hate you," and then he's like, "It's so cool that you met him." So what was it? He texted? Did he post? Would he message you and he asked you?
He asked us who our favorite character was,
right.
and I had said for both of us it was Daryl.
Yeah.
And then so he sent us. It's like the action
I'm a
figure.
Herschel fan too, but definitely Daryl.
Yeah. Yeah, but he sent us the action figure with like the big head.
Yeah, the bobblehead.
Yeah, it looks like a bobblehead, but it's not a bobblehead. But
what
it's
did
like
I say that when it came though? He said it has like kind of dark skin. I said it looks like
like a Fu Manchu or something. Like
no. He looked like he was from like
Asian?
South America or something.
Oh,
he was like
he was an ethnic Daryl.
Yeah, he was like Mexican Daryl.
Right. And then the keychain.
Like, hey, zombie, I kill you. I chop your zombie head off.
Ándale.
Yeah.
Ándale, zombie.
So they sent us that and the keychain, and it was really sweet. But they also, their kid, oh my God, he drew a picture inside of the card. I'm going to post it on Facebook so you can see.
Yeah, Liam drew that picture of their kid.
Yeah, a lot of work went into that picture.
It was a combination of like our Catch a Contractor picture and then also like the Walking Dead theme. So it's Catch a Dead Contractor. And it's me and you in the picture, which he drew. It looks like with magic markers. He did a great job. And it's holding a sword, a bloody sword. It's so cool. We got to post this.
Yeah, that's really nice. So thank you, guys. That was really super appreciated.
Nice job, Liam.
Yeah, good job.
You guys rock.
Yeah. What else did I want to... Oh, God. I also wanted to get on the topic. I think I might have spoken about this in the past at work when they have these like Secretary's Day and Boss's Day, but there's no fucking middle guy day.
There's no like worker day.
Right. So now,
what about us?
What about me, motherfucker? So now we're getting an email from the secretary that's trying to collect money to get a gift for the cleaning lady who empties our garbages every day, and she empties out the shredding machine and she cleans the bathroom. Right. That's her job, and she gets paid for it. Just saying.
Right, but you know what?
No. She has to do it.
I get that, though. That is kind of a
You know what? I'm saving lives every day. Who the fuck's giving me a Christmas present?
But that's kind of a thankless job, though. It is. I mean, we
No, it's not. Because you know why, motherfucker? Because when she comes in my office every goddamn day and empties my garbage, I give her a very gracious thank you every time. I always say thank you. I don't just like go about my business while she's emptying my garbage. No, but I thank her every fucking day.
Thanks a lot, Toots.
I say thank you, but you know what I mean? Like, I think when the like. That should be like a bonus from the employer, and then like everybody gets one. But it's like, so let's get a gift for our boss. Let's give a gift to the secretaries. Hey, let's get the cleaning lady a gift.
Right.
What about the POs?
All right. So
what the fuck?
What about like we give our garbage men a tip, right? In fact, we just got the card in the mailbox.
That's so that they pick up all the crap that they're not supposed to. We know why that.
Well, that's
give
true.
Them a tip.
I put a lot of shit in the garbage.
Please. And the mail lady, because she has to walk up our driveway. You know, like we have a long driveway, so it's like she could choose to like shove something in that mailbox if it maybe fits, or walk it up the driveway.
Pretty awesome.
She is awesome.
She walks everything up to the door, which is
that's like above and beyond
like a mile
personal
away from the
service.
Street.
They're giving us personalized service. But for the lady at work whose job that she gets paid to do and empty the garbages, why are we taking up a collection? We say thank you. She's doing her job, and if she didn't do her job, she would get fired, and they'd find somebody else to do it for the pay.
All right. Well,
she chose her work. Like,
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's like, why are we giving people special gifts for doing their jobs, but meanwhile, everybody's forgetting the fuckers that they're expecting the money for to supply all these gifts.
Think about that one time that you might have something in that garbage you don't want anybody to see. You might be happy you gave her that tip.
What are you talking about?
I'm just fucking with you.
I would take it to the bathroom myself and throw it
away
in the community garbage.
Like our garbage people, man. It's like I bring shit home from job sites. You know, there's no room left in the dumpster. I throw it in the back of my truck.
And our garbage men take it. Yeah.
It goes on the street with the garbage cans. There's like boards of drywall and like 2x4s and shit.
They're good. Those guys are
toilets.
good.
I've put toilets on the fucking shit. Like all. Yeah, someone shitted up like bathroom.
I'm just saying.
Sink.
I'm just like. I mean. I know. I can see how you are trying to make me feel like I'm like an unappreciative, bitchy douche for saying that. But
no,
really,
if that were the case, I'd tell you you're an unappreciative, bitchy douche. I get where you're coming from.
It's her job.
It's just a difference of opinion sometimes.
So if I go and get a job cleaning toilets, I should expect presents from the people that work in the building because I took the job?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Waitresses don't make a lot of money. That's why you give them tips, right? So they live on the tips. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't get paid that much. Who knows?
I don't know what she gets paid, and quite frankly, I don't care. She doesn't have to have that job. She can go get another one or whatever. It's not my business.
Right.
She chose to do this job, you know, and she's doing it well. And thank you for doing it, you know.
All right, so you're not one with the tips on the people on the job.
No,
gotcha.
Not if they're doing what they're getting paid to do. Okay. I believe in giving like a gift when somebody does something personal for me or whatever, or goes above and beyond.
Right.
But if you're just doing your job, just because you're considered like, you know, like, I don't know, I don't want to use the word subordinate or whatever, menial, but like, obviously it's a lesser paying job than the POs in the office.
Right.
But then again,
so that's probably what the thinking is coming from. Like,
I'll donate to charity if I feel like, you know, like I need to help out the little guy. Like,
okay.
I don't know. It's just
duly noted.
Where's the fucking PO presents?
I don't know. You guys get a Christmas bonus?
No, we work for the county. If anything, they take money from us.
They tax you double
yes.
at Christmas time.
Like, fuck you, fuckers. You make too much money. I'm like, no, we don't. We're the lowest paid in law enforcement, by the way. Highest educated and the lowest paid in law enforcement, by the way. Probation officers, people. You guys need to show the POs in your neighborhood some love and appreciate that they're putting their lives on the line every day for you to protect and correct. And we get paid the least with the most education.
Show some love because
show some love.
Keeping the criminals from getting back in the neighborhood.
Or at least trying to. Lord knows the judges are working against us.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Well, I can talk about my week that I had a pretty interesting week actually with a job that, well, actually we're working on a couple. I told you about the one we've been working on with, you know, we're getting all the plumbing back in and everything's closed up. We got the heat back on. The place is like looking like a house. Today the oak floors went down. Super excited. All the kitchen cabinets came in. This is like one of those jobs going to wind up like out of a magazine. It's going to be awesome. But the other day we did this roof job, which was really cool. And I got to say, I did something different on this roof job. We had this drone flying.
Smell it?
And no, I don't. I had Vinny come over on this job with me. And Vinny was flying the drone over this house. And we got some really great aerial shots of this roof job that is going on, which, by the way, was a really cool thing to do. And I think we're going to start doing this more often because most people have never been on their roof, or a lot of people have not been on, especially like this was an older couple. They've lived in this house for 45 years. They actually had 3 layers of roofing on this house, which is totally not safe in the first place, right? If you have one roof on this house and you need to get a new roof, sometimes companies will come in and they'll do a roof over, where they just lay new shingles right over your old roof. I never like to do that because it doesn't give you an opportunity to inspect all the wood underneath and all the sheathing and the framing to make sure there's no rot and anything. But in this case, they roofed it over not once, but twice. So they had 3 layers of roof on this house, the first one being 45 years old. And when we ripped this thing off, I told them, I said, listen, I don't know what we're going to find. It could be, all the wood could be really rotted. It could be really bad. So we took all these great pictures and all these videos while we're working from the drone up in the air. And I took it down. I downloaded it onto the iPad, and I showed them. I sat down on their couch as we're doing the job, and I'm like, look, this is what's going on. This is why we're doing this. This is why I told you we need to do all new plywood, all new sheathing. It's all rotted. And they were like, anybody could have just come in and sold them a bag of goods, which a lot of people,
like
I
people
think,
do with the chimneys. Those fucking chimney guys are all fucking...
A lot of people take advantage of older people. So it felt really cool. Like I felt like, I'm like, this is a really great tool to be able to show people, because first of all, a lot of them don't even understand at all what you're talking about. The whole concept of all the sheathing and the underlayment and the vapor barriers and all the integral parts of a roofing system, the ventilation and the ridge vent and everything that goes along with it. They look at you like you're crazy. And, of course they trust in what I'm telling them, but I really like it when they understand it. So then when they pay for it, they feel good about what they're doing, So when I showed them this video, man, they were like, this is the best. We never sold a top for our house. Like, oh my God, look, there's Rita's house. And look, there's Johnny's house. Like, we saw all their neighbors' houses and shit. They were like, it was the coolest thing they'd ever seen. So that was fun.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you had a good time with that. I think I fell asleep during half of that.
I think I could tell you're pretty excited. Thanks a lot. Yeah, but I can listen to your fucking story about the lady that cleans the toilets. All right, okay.
Okay, so right. I got a couple of things going on in the news.
Yo, make it good though, all right? Because I'm about to be out of here.
Some questions. First of all, I wanted to...
tired of your shit.
Okay, first of all... Okay. Okay, so I am going to say that I did not discover this story today. I heard it while listening to the Howard Stern show, but I feel like I need to...
Hey now.
I need to just talk about it because it applies.
Fly.
It's titled, People Who Swear Most Are Cleverer. Study finds those with a penchant for profanity have higher IQ.
Well, you must be really fucking smart then.
Yep. New research has shown that people who punctuate their speech with profanities are actually more intelligent than those who avoid naughty words. Now, actually, I just noticed that the word than and more intelligent than, they spelled the word wrong, by the way. It's THAN.
Yeah.
And so basically the people who had the most profanity, it turned out that they were the most intelligent. So there you go,
that's
fuckers.
Pretty ironic, actually, when you think about it, because so according to what you're saying, based upon this research, the people that have the highest IQs and probably the most expanded vocabulary choose to not use any of their.
Well, like I said,
they choose to substitute fuck for everything.
It's an adjective, it's a verb, it's a noun, it's a pronoun, it's everything.
Yeah, well, Lord knows you make plenty of good use of it.
The overall finding of this set of studies that taboo fluency is positively correlated with other measures of verbal fluency undermines the POV, that's poverty of vocabulary, view of swearing. That is, a voluminous taboo lexicon may better be considered an indicator of healthy verbal abilities rather than a cover for their deficiencies. Yes, I was always chosen to read in elementary school.
What? The fuck did you just say? Luminous what? You lost me on
Okay. Well, see, you start swearing more, maybe you.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what the fuck I'm talking
so
about,
how about
motherfucker?
what the fuck did you just say?
Okay, so basically, the
Stop
study
using
was
all
done.
The big words, man.
The study was done, and basically, it's
I'm
showing.
not as smart as you.
Yes, that's the conclusion. Also, I wanted to mention that scumbag Bill Cosby is now suing his accusers.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Not only do I drug you and fuck you while you're passed out, but now I'm going to sue you too.
Yep. And that fucking scumbag
That's
basically
awesome.
trying to. Because I would imagine that would also help deter future accusers from coming forward, because now they'll be afraid of getting faced with a lawsuit that they will now have to defend and pay for an attorney. Because normally when you're the victim, you usually get an attorney who's on consignment, so that if you get an award, they get paid through that.
He's a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment world. Everybody knows that, but I think everybody's jumping ship real quick too, as Bill's boat is sinking rapidly.
He's a piece of shit.
And let's I mean, really, any rational person can come to the conclusion that there's, what is it, up to like 100 women
50,
now?
It's like over 50.
Yeah, okay, so whatever. If it's over one, it's fucking too many, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so over 50 women have come to light now, and they're what is the chance they're part of some mass?
But how could he do it?
Mass
He played a
conspiracy
dad.
to defame Bill Cosby.
Right.
Really?
What's the
Come
fucking
on.
what's
No,
the basis of defending him? What, he played a dad on TV?
What happened? They've all been living with this forever. A couple of them got the balls to come out and talk about it, and then all the rest
strength
of
in numbers.
all the rest of them are like, oh, wait a second. If they're going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. Let's help each other.
Or maybe they didn't even know about the other woman, and they're like, motherfucker, that happened to me too. You know, like I could imagine that all these people would be thinking that they're the only one.
This is over like decades of time, generations of women, all different age groups, right? I mean, so
I'll tell you what, though, if somebody drugged me like that, I think I would still have a good state of mind enough to bite your fucking dick off. Swear to God, I fucking feel sorry for the person that thinks they will ever pull that shit on me. I gouge you, cut your dick off, motherfucker.
I get to see Bill Cosby coming in like he's got you all drugged out and he's in the Fat Albert voice. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh my! I would bite down until the top teeth touched the bottom and I tasted blood.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
And then once you get the dick ripped off and it's in your mouth, you take it out of your mouth and you use your fingers to rip it apart and shred it into pieces. So there is no repairing it or attaching it or fixing it so that nasty motherfucker can go fuck again.
We get the picture.
That's all I got to say about that.
Thanks for that very graphic depiction of what you would do to Bill Cosby's dick.
That's right.
Take that, Bill. I have a.
I know. I just wanted to say something else that we did an interview last week.
Me. It's all about me.
It's all about you. You know what, baby? For me, it is all
I'm
about
just
you.
kidding.
It's
I'm
okay.
kidding. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'll do everything.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even care. Everything is about you, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
We did an interview for my Fix It Up Life, and it's on Twitter, and I think it's also on Facebook. But what was interesting about that was that the producer of their show had introduced me to this new thing called Blab. And what it is, it's like Periscope, but for group conversations. So like with Periscope, like we're holding the camera and everybody's watching us. But with this Blab, you can look at almost like the Brady Bunch type of screen with the different faces. There's up to 4 people you can watch having a conversation. Right. And you can also ask them questions like you do with Periscope, but you can see an interview. So we were looking at our computer screen, talking to the person interviewing us, and all of the viewers see both of our faces as we're talking.
Right.
So after the interview was over, they can save it and load it to YouTube and also have just the audio. So I was thinking that might be a really good way for us.
Did we post a link to that on the Facebook page? Yeah, you guys check it out. It was a pretty good interview.
It was a good interview. It was actually, we did that right in our living room at our dining room table.
I like the that whole the Blab setup. I think it was a little figuring out the audio thing. You got to wear earphones so you don't get feedback by leaving your mic up on the computer. Right. So it's a little bit, I think they're still going to work some of the kinks out of it because I don't think that happens on Skype. But regardless of that, it was pretty cool that now you can split the screen.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to open up some cool doors for us because we're talking about getting into doing some interviews now, which I'm really looking forward to.
Me too. And I think that's a good way.
A couple of very cool people that we got on the roster that we're going to be bringing you guys some
that way we can look at the person that we're interviewing. We can have a two-way conversation without actually having to physically be in the same room. I think that's a great idea for us to
have a three-way conversation.
Yeah, baby.
Maybe even a four-way.
Okay, so you had some things that you wanted to discuss, and I just wanted to do something first before we get to because Skip has something he would like to discuss.
When helping people with their homes, they call Skip Bedell.
You want to avoid a headache and save money, he's the man to talk to. Skip Bedell.
You won't get the shaft, just a tip. So we have to thank John Pergel for that because he is one of the listeners who we also interact with on Facebook, and he actually took my voice from when I just sang the little jingle, and he threw some extra sound bites in there, and he played with my voice, and that's what he came up with, and I love it.
Too much. You're working on a jingle for me, and it's like, for my Skip's Tips thing, and that's what you come up with.
Yeah, you won't get the shaft, just the tip.
You get the shaft, just the tip.
All right, so
I mean that can be looked at in a few different ways, but basically what we're saying is, you're not going to get You're not going to get screwed over by some contractor. You're going to get the right information.
Right.
Yeah. We're not talking about like my actual...
Don't worry about what we're not talking about. Give the tip. Give them the tip. Go ahead.
All right. As you know, you guys, I like to recommend good tools and things like that, DIY tips and things that will help you working around the house, doing your remodels or repairs. Have you ever been in a situation to where you needed to shut the water off in your house at the water main? Usually that's in the crawl space or in the basement, in a closet, wherever your water main is coming into your house. But what you may or may not know is that there's another main shut-off that comes into every house, and it's usually out in the street or located on your front lawn or somewhere between the street water supply and where your house is. And that's usually dug down into a hole on the lawn. It'll have a cover on it typically, and if you lift that cover off, it's got a valve way down deep inside of that usually is too far to even reach. It's hard to get to. And the idea is that they don't want you to be able to get to it from the water company. So if they come and shut your water off, they don't want you to be able to get back in that box and manipulate that valve. So usually the cover itself has a kind of a funky looking bolt on it that you have to turn, and the shape of the bolt is not like a typical hex head or square head bolt. Usually it's like a chevron, and it's a socket that nobody owns. Only like the water company has that. So once you open up that box and you get down inside inside that hole, you can't reach the valve, and even if you do, it has this it's basically like a tab that needs a special tool to turn it. So if you were ever trying to do that and you had a hard time with it and you had to try to reach down there with an adjustable wrench or whatever, I have the solution for you with that in case you need to shut that water off. Because sometimes the water shut off in your house could not be functioning properly. If that valve is leaking and you can't shut the water off in your house, and say you're trying to repair something on some of your plumbing or change a supply line in the toilet, whatever, you got to shut that valve off. And if you can't do it, you might have to go out to the street. So that's one thing. The other thing is the gas main. The gas main is going to be located out by the meter, usually outside your house, and that's another one that has a particular type of valve that you turn on it that usually you can get a wrench on it, but it's very hard to do. There's not many wrenches that'll fit it. You could use an adjustable wrench, maybe like a plumber's wrench, but there's a tool out there. It's called the On-Duty Emergency Gas and Water Shutoff Tool. And you guys should get this. We're going to post a link for it on the website, and you'll be able to go right on it and click and get it. Basically what this thing does, it's like an all-in-one or a four-in-one tool, really. It has the tool on it for the gas shutoff, for the water shutoff. It also has, it's shaped kind of like the shape of a hammer, so you can use it to dig out debris. And the reason why they have that is because if you're ever in an emergency situation, like an earthquake or a flood or a fire, and you have to be able to get to the water main to actually shut it off, and there may be debris in the way, you could actually use this tool as like a hammer to break and chop away at debris that's covering up your main. And then, of course, once you actually get to it, you can use this tool to shut everything off, the gas and the water. It's pretty reasonably priced. It's something that everybody should have in their tool collection. Check it out, the On-Duty Emergency Gas and Water Shutoff Tool.
Yeah, and I'm going to actually put the link to that on our website. So if you go to the episode summary for today's episode, you're going to see a clickable link, which
and
also...
That's an Amazon link.
That's an Amazon link. And also, with that in mind, I want to remind you guys that with the holiday season being here, if you're going to be doing some shopping on Amazon, either for yourself or others, please, please, please do us a solid and go to our website and click on the Amazon link. There's one on every page. You can bookmark the link so that every time you go to shop at Amazon, you can just click right on the bookmark and it will take you there.
It's so easy. It takes you right to Amazon instantly.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost you guys any extra money, and it's a big help to us in our show.
Yeah, because I know that Adam's got like one and Lynette has one, but think about it. They don't need the money. We do. Okay, people? Yeah. So there's also some, there was some questions, and if you don't have any other tips.
No, that was my tip for the day. I think it's a good one, and you'll just have to deal with it.
Okay. There was.
Let's go shut the water off, damn it.
Shut it off.
Yeah.
You've actually gotten calls from people in the middle of the night who had
a lot.
A leak.
Yeah, a lot. People had leaking pipes in their house. The frozen pipe or whatever in the wintertime, and it split the pipe. They went to shut off the main in their basement, and the main valve was not working properly. Water was still coming into the house. So the only way to shut that water off is out in the street or on your front lawn.
Word.
And you need the tool to do it. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the gas as well. If you're having a problem with any fire or anything, you need to get that gas shut off. And this is a tool that's going to get it done quickly.
Thank you very much, Skip Bedell.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, Lottie fucking done.
Okay.
Oh, you see what I'm working with here, people?
Okay, so we have a question from Keith Barkant. He says, I'm helping fix up a barn and the surrounding property, and the property owner is against using concrete to stabilize fence posts. Apparently, she has a problem with how difficult it becomes to replace the post when a horse inevitably breaks it. Being that I'm the unofficial maintenance man of this barn now, how do I prevent myself from having to redo these poles at any time a horse puts a little weight on them while scratching their ass?
Okay. Well, concrete is always going to be your best way to set a post. But if you're not able to use concrete, and there are some applications that, you're just not able to use it. So what you can do is dig the post hole down deeper than you normally would. Normally we like to dig it down, at least 2 feet, 3 if you can. Dig it down even deeper than that. You might have to use an auger, and you can get it right at the tool rental place in your Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. It looks like a little gas lawnmower engine, like a little Briggs & Stratton engine, and has a handheld, like a big drill bit. It basically looks like a drill bit on steroids. And you can drill the post hole. That's actually, by the way, it's the easiest way to do post holes. If you're not already using an auger, you might have one on the tractor. If you're doing work around the farm there, you'll know what I'm talking about. But for the average homeowner that's not in an agricultural situation, is not working with a tractor, auger, and all that, you can go and rent one of these at a hardware store. Okay, enough with that. Dig the hole down deeper than you normally would, as deep as you can go. You're going to have to use a little bit longer post. And then what you can do, once you set that post down into the hole, you can use a tamper. And basically you're going to backfill some of the dirt, about a foot at a time, and you're going to tamp the dirt down. And basically that means you're going to stick this tamper or pole down along the side of your fence post, and you're going to smash the dirt down all the way around that post as hard as you can until the dirt becomes soft, from soft state to packed down hard. Then you backfill another foot or so of dirt, and you do it again all the way up until you fill that hole, and you pack the dirt as tight as you possibly can around the post. And if you do that properly, you'll find that post will be rock solid in the dirt. And if you have to change it, you won't have to be dealing with concrete. You're just going to have to, bust it out and just wiggle it out of there and work it out. But you won't have any concrete stuck to the post.
Okay. You're smart.
Tamping.
I thought you said tampon.
No, tamping with a tamper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's no string involved.
Like a tampon string?
No, there's no string.
Okay. Let me see what else we got.
The key is going a little bit deeper with the hole. Deeper hole.
Deeper.
You know about that.
I know about deep holes.
Yeah.
Does Skip have a Ray or an Oswaldo? I think he means like a construction sidekick who's like your, like what Ray is to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I actually have a few people like that on my team. I do. And they are super valuable parts of the team. I mean, you have a hard time existing.
I think that's assuming that Ray is a super valuable part of the team.
Well, I kind of... Good one. I'm sure Ace will get a kick out of that. Ray might not, but I love her. Fucking Ray's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
he's
He's such a good guy. He's very smart and a real character and a lot of fun to hang around, especially after we have a couple glasses of Mangria.
Lord.
I do have a few guys that I really depend on that are very knowledgeable. And, in this business, you really have to have that because you can't do everything yourself. It's just, these jobs get bigger and bigger all the time, and you have to have people that you can rely on and that know what the hell you're talking about. So when I leave the job site to go whether it's go get some materials or whether it's go to another job site, I know that shit's getting done like I would do it. So, yeah, there you go.
Okay. We got there's like a bunch of really cute questions from other people that are asking us about like our Christmas gifts, like what do we do for each other, or do we have any Christmas traditions? Like, so we got Sarah Drover Phillips was asking us about that, and Bonnie Huth Reyes, if we have, traditions. No, we don't have a tradition. In fact, we haven't had a tree up in 2 years.
No, our Christmas has been so so screwed up the last couple of years. Well, actually, last year we had a really nice Christmas at my mom's house, which was beautiful. But here in our house, we haven't had a tree up in a few years because we're constantly traveling with Catch a Contractor. And it seems like we're always on the road. And even if we're home for the actual day of Christmas, it's like we're either just coming back from somewhere or we're just getting ready to go somewhere. Really, I think for the last few years of our lives, I've had a suitcase packed most of the time. Yeah. And even like when we come back from wherever we are, I rarely even unpack the suitcase because I just, right? It's
you start to keep some certain like staples in there.
Yeah. There's been a suitcase like a couple of suitcases within our site in some room in our house, like
in case,
pretty much forever. So to answer your question, no, but we have lots of good family, and this year again we're going to be spending Christmas at my mom's, who really, she's like Mrs. Claus, man. Like,
she is.
She has got every Christmas decoration. Like the house looks like Santa's workshop. It looks like the North Pole.
Yeah, it does.
Right, with like the lights and the decorations.
Sure. Yeah, it's like enough. It's like
you ever go into like a Christmas shop?
It's nice to go there and see
they
it.
Sell like all the ornaments and the trees and the lights.
Her house is the store.
Her house is the store. Yeah, but it's really like that for whatever season, right?
Yeah.
It's like she does that stuff for like Thanksgiving and like she's. Easter is always right.
I feel like once I get more like my pellets in for longer, that I will feel more motivated to do it again, because it did make me feel more motivated to like start doing things around the house and fixing things or cleaning or cooking. So I just feel like I feel like I still definitely need to. I'm due to get another blood test and get them again. I feel like I need more motivation though to get me to do those holiday decorations. I mean, we do have a wreath on the door for fall. An autumnal wreath on the door.
Oh yeah, and we still have the fall, the kind of the Thanksgiving cornucopia.
It helps that it's there all year round, but now that
Well, we haven't gotten any snow yet, so technically it still kind of looks like fall. I think it is still fall, isn't it? When's the first day of winter?
I don't know, but it's just been in the 60s, which is awesome. That's all good by me.
So, you know what? Maybe next year we'll do Christmas here, because we're going to be doing it a couple of years at Mom's. So next year might be nice. And by next year, you're going to have your new kick-ass kitchen. So.
Can I tell you people that, because, like I've been waiting for my kitchen.
Can you tell? You tell everyone all the time.
Okay, I've been waiting for my kitchen while everybody else around me gets a kitchen. So tonight I came home from work and I wanted to make something to eat for us. So the first thing that I did was I was going to make a chicken dish. So I turned the oven on to preheat on 450, and then I went to go get like a casserole dish. So I got a casserole dish.
Kitchen, so what the hell are you burning?
So first another casserole dish slid out of the cabinet because there's so many things stacked in there that don't belong together that a glass dish slipped out and broke into 1,000 pieces on the floor. Cleaned that up, swept, vacuumed up the little shards of glass, and then about 5 minutes later, Skip's like, "What are you doing in here?" And there's like nasty like smoke coming out of the oven.
It smelled like toxic.
Yeah, fumes.
Like toxic smoke.
Yeah, it was very noxious, and I forgot to take out the pots and pans and the mixing bowl that has like a rubberized bottom out of the oven, so that it could preheat without all those things in there. And Skip's like, "Well, that has nothing to do with the size of the kitchen." I'm like, "Yes, it does, because if we had more cabinet space, I wouldn't have to store these things in the oven."
Right. Well, an oven is a good place to store
stuff. So I broke a casserole dish and burnt my mixing bowl and stunk out the house.
All in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. I need a kitchen. Yeah. Bigger kitchen. I need some demo here. Anybody know a good contractor?
You know what?
Anybody?
It's like you hardly even cook. So when I build this kitchen for you, you better start cooking. That's all I got to say.
It's like what I got to go through just to get like the things I need to prepare a meal.
Yeah. Well, the kitchen is definitely one part of this house. It's a smaller house. It's kind of like a New England Cape Cod style house. It has a smaller kitchen. The rest of the house is beautiful and very old with big stone fireplaces. A lot of really nice features to this house. But the kitchen back then wasn't like the big. It's not like kitchens today, right? Like
it's like a 1980s kitchen or so. But if you think about it, that's almost 35 years ago.
When they built these houses back in the 40s, just like the bathrooms and closets, they weren't big like they are today. So like our priorities have changed. Everybody wants a big kitchen. They want a big bathroom. They want walk-in closets. Our houses are very different in construction than they were back then. So what we need to do to accommodate this new kitchen that we're going to build is I got to start taking down walls. We're going to remove a bathroom. We're going to remove a bedroom. We're going to take down a lot of stuff and change the whole.
Yeah. People, can I tell you that after we got home from filming season 3, he said that was immediately he was going to start working on that.
Right. And then what happened? Then I started doing jobs and do you want me to gut the whole house and then not finish it? Because I'll do that. I'll tear the walls out tomorrow, and then you can suck on that.
Don't even go there.
Yeah, man.
I've been waiting years.
All right, well, you're going to wait a little longer.
Project.
You're going to wait a little longer.
It occurred to me that we've had a brand new high-tech dishwasher in our shed for the last 5 years in its box.
Right.
Meanwhile, we could have put it in the shitty kitchen and been enjoying at least a dishwasher for the 5 years.
Well, when I got that dishwasher, with the idea that we're going to be doing the kitchen at some point, and it was a really great deal. And I got it because it was on clearance. And
why don't we just put it in the shitty kitchen then? It's
we could do that, but
using the low-tech dishwasher when we've got a nice one. It's not even being used.
You're looking at the dishwasher, man.
You're no dishwasher.
You know what? Every time I'm trying to wash the dishes, you yell at me because
you don't wash them good enough.
I don't wash them good enough. I'm sure every guy out there gets accused of this because you say I use the soap, I use the sponge, I scrub the shit out of everything, and then you go back and do the squeak test.
No, he doesn't.
After they've already been drying for an hour, they're dry. I'm ready to put them away. You start giving it the white glove test.
Yeah, because you leave things greasy. And
no,
I can see.
Not.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You don't do good dishes. That's all.
All right. You know what? We're inviting some listeners over. We're going to put a thing out on social media. We're going to have We're going to have a dinner party. We're going to invite over some listeners, and then I'm going to do the dishes, and they're all going to see how good I do, and then they'll. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm going to have some.
I'll have to train you first.
I'm going to have some outside help here, people. All right. And we're only inviting men, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want any women opinions. Well, you're not doing it good enough. Because I'm sure all the guys out there hear the same shit from their wives, too.
Can I just also tell you, I heard a new expression from your sister yesterday, and I can't believe I didn't hear it before or think of it myself first.
What's that?
Clean getaway.
Clean getaway?
Do you know what that is?
Is it something sexual?
No.
Good.
Quite the contrary. Clean getaway. As spoken by her fiance, Stephen. Yeah. It's when you go to the bathroom and you take a shit and you wipe and there's nothing on the toilet paper, so you don't have to do anything further. You got a clean getaway.
I should have known. If it wasn't sexual, it was going to be about poop. It's got to be one or the other.
Awesome?
It's got to be one or the other.
Clean getaway.
Oh my God, you are so. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh my God, I love that.
Anything that has to do with toilet humor just cracks up Alison Bedell. Thanks so much for that.
Best.
Cool.
I love that.
Thank you. I'll make sure that I implement that next time.
So, peeps, we got we're going to have another new episode coming up for you on Friday. And then after that, you're going to have some compilations of some of our stuff.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, and I don't
We got to start working on that,
I think
actually.
that the people who listen think that there's either too much interaction with the listeners for them to even be noticed, or maybe they just don't feel like interacting, and I'm just talking to on deaf ears.
Maybe they just don't give a shit.
Maybe they don't give a shit. But I'm like we put it out there, people, please give us your suggestions with the time codes, and what you think is the funniest stuff.
Well, so if
and
anybody hasn't heard
mention
that,
your
again,
name.
let's say it again real quick. During the holiday season, over the next, was it a week or so?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. We're going to put together 4 episodes that are going to be a combination of kind of like a best of.
Compilation.
Yeah, so it's basically we want you guys to tell us a listener choice of what some of your favorite episodes were.
And we'll mention your name on the episode
even the
that you
segment,
suggested.
if you tell us episode 34, the segment that you guys did about whatever, we'll mention your name on the podcast and we'll put it in the write-up and that'll be your choice.
So please, if you've already written to me, write to me again and just remind me because I was saving the emails, but now I actually want to physically write it down so I don't lose anything.
Hurry up already because it's just coming out
Hurry
next
the
week.
fuck up about it. I got to get to work now. So with that being said, also, you know that we have hammernailspodcast.com, and that's our website where you can listen to the podcast, but also that's our regular website where you can look at the episode summaries and you can look at videos, and there's Skip's Tips videos, and there's some recipes. There is a Christmas a list of suggestions for things for you to get for your significant other.
Or if you want to buy stuff for me, I have stuff on there that I like too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You can look at pictures and stuff of whatever we've been doing lately. There's all kinds
some really
of stuff
cool
on there.
recommendations on that Christmas list.
But I work really hard on getting clickable links for you peeps so that you can, just easily find the things that we're talking about, as I'm going to do for that 4-in-1 tool on our website. So just look at the episode summaries.
Link it up, Bedell.
Link it up. Little Skippy, link it up.
Link it up so everybody can just click and go.
That was a Bob Marley.
I see that.
Okay.
I like it. Nice job.
Thank you, baby.
All right, then.
Well, you know that we love you people. And,
thanks for coming back.
Wake up, Bedell.
No, I'm here.
Wake it up.
I'm good. I
Wake up,
was was kind of in a trance.
I know you were.
Your rendition of Bob Marley.
I know. I'm like looking at you. You got a blank look on your face.
Yeah,
I just want to tell everybody that.
Thank you guys for coming back.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys, and we're looking forward to talking to you again.
And tell some friends, will you?
Yeah, that's the only way that we can really grow. Do not forget to share it with a friend. That's the best Christmas gift to us ever, or holiday gift to be PC.
No, don't start with that shit.
I'm just playing.
Don't start with that shit.
Or Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Tell a friend. Please don't forget we love you.
If you're celebrating Hanukkah,
reach
then
out online.
Say Hanukkah. If you're celebrating Christmas, then say Christmas. Don't say the holiday shit. It's just too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah. Just say Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
No, stop it. Merry Christmas, damn it.
All right. Later, Gator.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Corolla Digital.